Yeah, it has been bothering me, and the reason is it's another frame video. Just the way it turned out, as far as I'm concerned now, everything's a video. But don't worry, it involves techniques and other things that I haven't done yet. So that's good, as far as I'm concerned. And also there's a really good fail in it. I'll do it anyway. And I couldn't put it better myself. So it's Chan's 21st birthday. Chan is the daughter of Althea, and she's a photography student, and that sort of lends itself as a 21st birthday present to a frame of some sort for photography. So I got on with the idea of making a template for what my original idea was for. Now for this I thought, well, I'll go ahead and use some really thin ply and draw out the numbers and what I want to do, cut them out with a jigsaw, and then work with it from there. Now I am cutting out the piece, but the thing that was going through my mind all the time was the vibration of the jigsaw is going to tear it to pieces. But you know that other little voice in your head? It's going, nah, go on Jeff, do it anyway, wing it, you'll be fine. And the other voice was saying, don't be stupid, you know this 1,000 times, your experience tells you it's going to rip. So with these two voices battling in my head, I went ahead and did it anyway, and the end result, it failed, just as I expected. And that was straight from the horse's mouth, I tell you. Anyway, that changed everything. Changed materials, change of idea. So I used some lino, some spare lino that was used on a bathroom floor to cut the numbers out of that and colour them up, as you can see. Now that I'm not using a template anymore, that's been thrown out the window, and I'm going to treat the numbers and the frame as two separate things and then join them together at the end. So 2 coats of black spray paint and reshape the whole thing. And whilst I'm doing this, I'm thinking, yeah, that workshop does need a tidy up. And it shall be done, but hey, it's too bloody cold to do anything at the minute. Spring cleaning will come. So got to the area of the first type of cutting. Cut the basic frame up first, then cut out the inside. As you may have seen on my first video, the beer frame mirror, the same technique as that. I'll leave you a link in the description for that. And some of the wood I had was the paint covered plank, but in fact white oak. Perfect. Cost absolutely zero, and it's great wood, one of my favourites. And also some of the wood left over from the frame that I made Thea for her birthday present. Now that wood I bought a door frame brand new from Wickes for £1. Yes, £1. I'll put it in my Instagram, and there it is. These are my choices. Got some red, got some white, and I'm going to mix that up. Now you can see the template for the frame there, and I'm going for angling the pieces like a parquet floor. So it's just a matter of marking up, cutting up, and using the same angle each time for the in piece. First piece, very important. Get that wrong, the whole thing's wrong. So as I was saying at the beginning, it was really doing my head in. Should I record this? Should I do anything with this? Because my first video, beer frame mirror, was based on a frame. My third video was the present I made for Thea, based on a frame. And this one come up, and it's based on the frame. And I've done so few videos at the minute, I didn't want you all to think, God, this man's a one frame guy, you know, making frames all the time. But then I just thought, making is making, and this video involves things that techniques I haven't shown before, and that, at the end of the day, is what drives me. The making is the most important thing. So I just thought, bite the bullet and go on with it. Just get on with it. Stop worrying. Because if you overthink stuff, nothing gets done. So I continued that until I covered the whole face, and then using the same strips of red and white oak, I did up the sides. Now the template I made wasn't exactly flat. It did have a warp to it, and putting the parquet floor stuff on top exaggerated that, so I had to plane up the side pieces to fit the edges, which I attached with wood glue and brass panel pins. Some bent, pull them out, do it back again. And as I'd used panel pins, they were holding the wood while the glue dried, which allowed me just to get on with it and trim off the side pieces. And as I said earlier, the template had a slight warp to it, so when I added stuff on top, the warp got exaggerated. So things weren't lying completely flat. Now, I never really want to make things perfect. Because I don't want to make things badly, I just don't want it to be so perfect that you might as well have bought it from IKEA, you know what I mean? And so I planed up the worst parts that were sticking up. There you can see stuff sticking up, just because of the warp. And so with my little block plane, cleaned that up, and once I was happy, just sanding off the edges and give it a tidy finish. So did the face, did the sides. And then came the time to make it all come alive. Again, I used Danish oil, and I used a sponge to put it on, much better than a brush. And there it is, bit of wood porn for you. And this is the time where you can really see the differences between the red and the white. And I'm always surprised. I know it's going to happen. I know that the wood's going to zing out, and the colours and the textures of the wood's going to just pop when you put the oil on. I've done it 1,000 times, but still, it still surprises me every single time. It's just a job I love doing. And you can see the differences right there. This is where I start to get quite happy with it, because I was in two minds with the whole thing. Really, well, you know, I was in two minds whether to film it or not, but I was in two minds with how I was going to look, and in the end, yeah, I got pleased. I had to go indoors at this point because it was so cold, nothing was setting, the oil wasn't setting, nothing was drying, and they're the vinyl numbers that it all went wrong with at the beginning. Turned out good. I put a picture in of Chan herself, and there it is with her presents. Happy 21st birthday, Chan. I was happy with it. In the end, I was happy I did a video. On with the next.